What if I told you that the first 60 minutes after you wake up could be the difference between living to 75 or celebrating your 95th birthday? It sounds impossible, but the research is undeniable. While most people stumble through their mornings on autopilot, destroying their chances of a long, healthy life before they even have their first cup of coffee, there's a small group of people who are doing something completely different. These aren't people with special genes or expensive treatments. They're ordinary folks who discovered 7 simple morning rituals that literally rewrote their biological age. And today, I'm going to share exactly what they do so you can start doing it tomorrow. Let me tell you about Margaret. 3 years ago, at age 78, Margaret could barely walk to her mailbox without getting winded. Her doctor told her to prepare for the inevitable decline of aging. But Margaret refused to accept that fate. She stumbled across research about morning habits and decided to try something different. Today, at 81, Margaret hikes 3 miles every morning, volunteers at the animal shelter, and her latest blood work shows the biological markers of someone 15 years younger. "My doctor couldn't believe it," Margaret told me. "He kept asking what medication I was taking. When I told him it was just my morning routine, he thought I was joking." What Margaret discovered, and what I'm about to share with you, are 7 morning habits that can literally turn back your biological clock. These aren't complicated procedures or expensive supplements. They're simple changes that take less than an hour, but could give you decades more of vibrant, healthy life. Are you ready to discover the morning secrets that could transform your health after 50? Let's jump right in. Habit 1. The 2-glass rule. Here's something your doctor probably never told you. You wake up every morning in a state of mild dehydration that's quietly damaging your organs. While you sleep, your body loses about 16 ounces of water through breathing and sweating. That means you're starting every day behind the 8 ball. But here's where it gets interesting. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that people who drink 2 full glasses of water within 15 minutes of waking have 40% better kidney function and 25% lower blood pressure than those who wait until they feel thirsty. Dr. Amanda Rodriguez, a kidney specialist at Johns Hopkins, explains it perfectly. Most people think thirst is a good indicator of when to drink water. But by the time you feel thirsty, your blood has already thickened, your heart is working harder, and your kidneys are under stress. Morning hydration isn't just about feeling better, it's about preventing decades of organ damage. Take Frank's story. At 67, Frank was facing kidney problems that his doctor said were just part of getting older. His energy was gone by noon, and he was constantly dealing with headaches. Then Frank learned about the 2-glass rule. Every morning, before his feet hit the floor, he'd drink 2 full glasses of room-temperature water. Within 6 weeks, Frank's kidney function improved so dramatically that his doctor ran the test twice. "I thought there was a mistake," Frank laughed. "All I did was drink water first thing in the morning. Now I have more energy at 68 than I did at 60. Here's exactly what you need to do. Tonight, put 2 glasses of water on your bedside table. The moment you open your eyes tomorrow, before you check your phone, before you get up, before you do anything else, drink both glasses. Not coffee, not juice, just plain water. Your kidneys have been working all night to filter toxins. Give them the fluid they desperately need to do their job properly. This one habit alone could save you from years of health problems down the road. Will you commit to the 2-glass rule starting tomorrow morning? Your organs are literally waiting for this gift from you. Habit 2. The sunshine reset. Did you know that your body has an internal clock that controls everything from your sleep to your immune system? And that clock can either keep you young or age you rapidly, depending on what you do in the morning. Most people sabotage this clock every single day without realizing it. They wake up, grab their phone, turn on artificial lights, and completely confuse their body's natural rhythms. But people who live to 90 and beyond do something completely different. They get natural sunlight on their face within 20 minutes of waking up every single day, rain or shine. Stanford University researchers found that morning sunlight exposure triggers the production of hormones that regulate everything from your metabolism to your mood. People who get morning sunlight sleep better, have stronger immune systems, and show fewer signs of aging at the cellular level. Dr. James Peterson, who studies circadian rhythms at Stanford, puts it simply: morning sunlight is like a reset button for your entire body. It tells every cell that it's time to be young and healthy. Skip this signal, and your body starts aging faster. Consider what happened to Dorothy. At 73, Dorothy was struggling with insomnia that had plagued her for years. She was taking sleeping pills, but still waking up exhausted. Her mood was terrible, and she felt like she was aging rapidly. Then Dorothy's daughter suggested something simple: sit on the porch with her morning coffee instead of drinking it inside. Dorothy thought it sounded silly, but she was desperate. Within 2 weeks, Dorothy was sleeping through the night without pills. Her energy returned, her mood improved, and people started commenting that she looked years younger. All from sitting outside with my coffee, Dorothy marveled. Who would have thought something so simple could change everything? Here's your morning sunlight prescription. For the next 30 days, spend at least 10 minutes outside within 20 minutes of waking up. Sit on your porch, walk to the mailbox, or just stand in your yard. Even on cloudy days, outdoor light is 50 times brighter than indoor lighting. If you live in an apartment, sit by an open window. If mobility is an issue, even getting sunlight on your face through a window helps, though direct outdoor exposure is best. This isn't about getting a tan or even feeling the warmth. This is about sending a powerful signal to your brain that it's time to be alive and healthy. Can you commit to 10 minutes of morning sunlight tomorrow? Your biological clock is waiting to be reset. Habit 3. The 5-minute movement miracle. Here's a shocking truth. Most people damage their joints every single morning before they even realize they're awake. How? By jumping straight out of bed and expecting their body to work like a machine that's been sitting idle for 8 hours. Your joints produce fluid called synovial fluid that lubricates and protects them. But after hours of inactivity, this fluid becomes thick and sluggish. If you don't warm it up gently, you're essentially grinding metal on metal every time you move. But here's the miracle. Just 5 minutes of gentle movement before you start your day can keep your joints healthy for decades. Physical therapists at the Mayo Clinic studied people over 65 and found something remarkable. Those who did light stretching and movement immediately after waking had 60% less joint pain and maintained mobility well into their 90s compared to those who went straight from bed to their daily activities. Dr. Lisa Chen, a physical therapist who specializes in aging, explains, think of your body like a car that's been parked overnight in cold weather. You wouldn't gun the engine immediately. You'd let it warm up first. Your joints need the same consideration. This transformed everything for Robert. At 69, Robert was scheduled for hip replacement surgery. Years of stiffness and pain had convinced him that his active days were over, but his physical therapist suggested trying 5 minutes of gentle movement every morning before getting out of bed. Robert started simple: ankle circles, knee bends, gentle twists while lying down. After 3 months, his hip pain had decreased so dramatically that he postponed his surgery. 6 months later, he cancelled it entirely. I thought I was falling apart, Robert told me. Turns out I just needed to oil the hinges every morning. Here's your 5-minute morning movement routine. Before you get out of bed, do these gentle movements. Circle your ankles 10 times each direction. Bend and straighten your knees 10 times. Gently twist your spine left and right 5 times. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. Do 10 gentle neck rolls. Once you stand up, do some light swaying. Reach for your toes, or as far as comfortable, and do a few gentle back bends. The key is gentle flowing movement that feels good. This isn't exercise, it's joint maintenance. Will you give your joints this 5-minute gift tomorrow morning? At 80, you'll be grateful you did. Habit 4. The Power Breath Protocol. What if I told you that 60 seconds of breathing could reduce your biological age by years? You'd probably think I was crazy, but stay with me, because the science behind this is absolutely mind-blowing. Most people breathe wrong their entire lives without knowing it. They take shallow, quick breaths that keep their body in a constant state of stress. But people who live to 90 and beyond have discovered something powerful. How you breathe in the morning sets your stress level for the entire day. Researchers studying centenarians in Italy found that they all shared one common habit: intentional breathing first thing in the morning. These weren't meditation experts or yoga masters. They were farmers, shopkeepers and housewives who instinctively understood something profound about breath. Dr. Sarah Williams, who studies stress and aging at Harvard Medical School, explains, deep, intentional breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and repair mode. Do this first thing in the morning and you literally program your body to age slower throughout the day. This saved Eleanor's life. At 71, Eleanor was dealing with high blood pressure that wasn't responding to medication. Her doctor was concerned about her heart health and was considering stronger drugs with serious side effects. Then Eleanor learned about power breathing. Every morning, right after drinking her water, she would do 10 deep breaths, in for 4 counts, hold for 4, out for 6. Just 1 minute of intentional breathing. Within 8 weeks, Eleanor's blood pressure had dropped to normal levels. Her doctor was amazed. I've never seen blood pressure respond so dramatically to a non-medical intervention, he told her. Here's the Power Breath Protocol. After drinking your water and getting your sunlight, take 10 intentional breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat 10 times. Focus on making your exhale longer than your inhale. This signals your nervous system to shift into repair mode instead of stress mode. This takes exactly 1 minute, but programs your entire day for health and longevity. Are you breathing fully right now? Probably not. Most of us use only 30% of our lung capacity. Change that pattern tomorrow morning with the Power Breath Protocol. Will you invest 60 seconds tomorrow to potentially add years to your life? Habit 5. The Champion's Breakfast Formula. Here's a hard truth. Your breakfast is either fueling longevity or accelerating aging. There's no middle ground. Most people eat breakfasts that spike their blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and set them up for energy crashes and cravings all day long. But people who live vibrant lives past 90 follow a completely different breakfast formula. They eat foods that stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and provide sustained energy for hours. Nutritionists studying long-lived populations discovered something fascinating. Centenarians consistently eat breakfasts with 3 specific components: protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Not sometimes, every single day. Dr. Maria Santos, a nutritional researcher who studies aging, explains, your first meal sets your metabolic tone for the entire day. Eat refined carbs and sugar, and you trigger inflammatory cascades that age your cells. Eat protein, healthy fats and fiber, and you activate cellular repair mechanisms. This completely transformed Harold's health. At 74, Harold was pre-diabetic, exhausted by noon every day, and struggling with brain fog. His breakfast was toast, orange juice and coffee, basically sugar in 3 different forms. Harold switched to what I call the champion's breakfast: 2 eggs cooked in olive oil, half an avocado and a handful of berries. Within a month, Harold's blood sugar stabilized, his energy lasted all day, and his mental clarity returned. "I didn't realize how terrible I felt until I started feeling great," Harold told me. "My doctor couldn't believe my blood work improved so dramatically just from changing breakfast." Here's the champion's breakfast formula. Pick 1 protein: eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or plant-based protein. Add healthy fats: avocado, nuts, seeds, or olive oil. Include fiber: berries, vegetables, or chia seeds. Avoid completely bread, cereal, juice, or anything with added sugar. This isn't about calories or restriction. It's about giving your body the building blocks it needs to repair and regenerate instead of just surviving on sugar. What will you choose for breakfast tomorrow? Remember, this decision compounds over time. Each healthy breakfast is an investment in your future vitality. Can you commit to the champion's breakfast for the next 30 days and see how you feel? Habit 6. The connection boost. Here's something that might surprise you. Loneliness is as dangerous to your health as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day. Social isolation literally ages your cells faster and weakens your immune system. But here's the twist. When you connect with people, matters almost as much as who you connect with. Research from Harvard's famous 80-year longevity study found something remarkable. People who had meaningful social interactions before 10 a.m. lived significantly longer than those who isolated themselves in the morning, even if they were social later in the day. Dr. Robert Chen, who leads the current phase of the Harvard study, explains, "Morning social connection sets neurochemical patterns that influence your mood, stress levels, and immune function for the entire day. It's like taking a daily dose of medicine for your brain and body." In the blue zones, regions where people routinely live past 100, morning social rituals are sacred. In Sardinia, neighbors check on each other every morning. In Okinawa, friends gather briefly before starting their day. These aren't long conversations, they're meaningful moments of human connection. This saved Grace from depression and isolation. At 76, Grace lived alone and had fallen into a pattern of not speaking to anyone for days at a time. She was becoming increasingly isolated, and her health was declining rapidly. Then Grace made a simple change. Every morning at 8 a.m. she called her sister for a 5-minute check-in. Just 5 minutes of connection, laughter and care. Within weeks, Grace's mood improved dramatically. Her energy returned, she started taking better care of herself, and her doctor noticed improvements in her blood pressure and overall health. "That morning call became the best part of my day," Grace shared. "It reminded me that I matter to someone, and that someone matters to me." Here are 3 ways to add the connection boost to your morning. Option 1. Make a brief morning call to a friend, family member or neighbor. Option 2. If you live with others, create a meaningful morning check-in instead of rushing past each other. Option 3. Establish a regular morning coffee date or walk with a friend, even once a week. Even a friendly chat with your postal worker or a genuine good morning to a neighbor activates some of the same beneficial pathways. The key is making human connection non-negotiable, just like brushing your teeth. Who will you connect with tomorrow morning? Your body literally needs this social nutrition to thrive. Habit 7. The gratitude reset. Here's the final habit that separates people who thrive in their 90s from those who merely survive. They start every day by intentionally focusing on what's working in their body, not what's wrong with it. Most people wake up and immediately catalogue their aches, pains, and complaints. They program their brain for problems before the day even begins. But long-lived people do the opposite. They practice what I call the gratitude reset. Neuroscientists at UCLA found that people who practice morning gratitude show increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making and emotional regulation. Even more remarkably, their brains begin to look younger on scans after just 8 weeks of consistent practice. Dr. Jennifer Martinez, who studies neuroplasticity in aging, explains, "When you start your day with gratitude, especially gratitude toward your body, you literally rewire your brain for health and resilience. Your focus shifts from what's deteriorating to what's functioning, and your body responds accordingly." This transformed Patricia's entire relationship with aging. At 79, Patricia was constantly focused on her arthritis, her slowing reflexes, and her failing eyesight. She woke up every morning dreading another day of decline. Then Patricia learned about the gratitude reset. Every morning she would place her hand on her heart and thank 3 parts of her body for still working well. "I started thanking my heart for beating strong, my legs for still carrying me, and my hands for still being able to hug my grandchildren," Patricia shared. "Within a month, I noticed I was focusing more on what I could do rather than what I couldn't. My whole perspective changed, and somehow I started feeling stronger." Here's the gratitude reset protocol. Right after your power breathing, place your hand over your heart and speak 3 specific gratitudes about your body out loud. "I'm grateful for my heart that's been beating faithfully for me all these years. I'm grateful for my eyes that let me see the people I love. I'm grateful for my hands that still let me create and connect." The key is being specific and directing gratitude toward your physical body, not just your circumstances. This creates measurable changes in stress hormones and immune function. This takes exactly 2 minutes, but could reprogram your entire relationship with aging. Are you focusing on what's wrong with your body or what's right with it? Your perspective literally changes your physiology. Will you start tomorrow morning with the gratitude reset? Your morning transformation starts tomorrow. Now you know the 7 morning habits that could add decades to your life and transform your health after 50. You don't need to be perfect. Even adopting 3 of these habits can create dramatic changes in how you feel and how fast you age. Remember Margaret? She started with just the 2-glass rule and morning sunlight. As she felt better, she added the other habits one by one. The key isn't perfection. It's starting tomorrow, not waiting for the perfect time that never comes. Your morning routine is literally programming your body for youth or for aging. Every single day, you're making a choice. Which will you choose? These 7 habits aren't suggestions. They're essentials for anyone who wants to not just reach their 80s and 90s, but arrive there with energy, clarity, and joy. Here's your challenge. Pick 3 of these 7 habits and commit to trying them for the next 30 days. See how you feel. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the difference. Which 3 habits will you start with tomorrow morning? Your future self is counting on the decision you make right now. If this information could change someone's life, please hit that like button and subscribe for more health secrets that most people over 50 never discover. And here's my question for you. Which of these 7 habits surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Share this video with someone you care about. It might just be the gift that adds years to their life. Your morning transformation starts tomorrow. Are you ready?